Hey there, YouTube world. How are you all doing? I hope you all are doing fantastic. I'm doing fantastic here. About to unbox or open up an envelope for you guys here at the computer channel, as usual. So let's see what it is, shall we? You guys already know what it is by the title, of course. Alright, here it is. Asterix. An Asterix adventure. The Mansions of the Gods. By Goscinny and Uderzo. Alright. So, I've done some Asterix unboxing before. On the computer channel using Google Home. And I didn't do as much explanation as I should have with the computer channels, Tintin comic book reviews. So here I am with an Asterix comic book review, and this is actually a very unique edition. This Asterix is actually a classic Asterix comic book. That's why I ordered it online. I saw it on eBay, I bid on it, and I won. So this is a 1984 edition. This adventure was first published in 1973 in Great Britain, in English, of course. For those of you who don't know Asterix is a French-Belgian comic book adventure, European comic book adventure, drawn by Goscinny and Uderzo. So Goscinny actually made a couple of adventures he drew, and then suddenly he died, and then Uderzo continued the work of Asterix, and these are actually the original Tintin. I'm sorry, Tintin. I get carried away. These are the original Asterix comic book, starting from Asterix the Gaul and ending in Asterix and Son. So this is the actual original Asterix adventures. It actually ends in Asterix and Son for me. Maybe sometimes I could add Asterix on the Magic Carpet, which is pretty good. It's not that bad, but after that I've stopped reading Asterix. The adventures are all really bad. Very badly, scripted, very poorly written, and the illustration is not good at all. It's not Asterix. That's because Uderzo sold Asterix to new artists and a new company after he retired, and then it went all the way downwards. What I believe is Asterix should have stopped in Asterix and Son or Asterix and the Magic Carpet, and then keep on circulating like Tintin comic books, like Tintin ended in Tintin and the Picaros. It should have ended in Asterix and Son, and that's it. That way, Asterix comic book would have been more valuable. But for me, it's still valuable as long as it's still Asterix and Son. It's still valuable. So this is a Mansion of the Gods. This is a very rare cover. You wouldn't be able to find this cover nowadays, so that's why I ordered it online. It's a 1984 edition, and this is super cool. This adventure is really nice. I remember I read this adventure when I was a kid, back in 1986 or 87, and I really enjoyed this adventure. As any other Asterix adventures, this is super fun, super nice adventure. Asterix and Obelix are two characters. This is Asterix and this is Obelix, his friend and companion. Are two characters that go through a lot of adventures in all these adventures listed here. They go to Britain, they go to Spain, something similar to Tintin adventures, like he travels around the world, so they also travel around the world. Switzerland, they go around a lot. The very first Asterix adventure that I read was Asterix and Caesar's Gift. This was actually gifted to me by a friend of mine when I was in grade 5. I had no idea who Asterix was, and he told me, since you're reading Tintin, you should read Asterix as well. And so he borrowed me that comic book, Asterix and Caesar's Game. That's the time I got hooked to the Asterix comic book. This was very well written. This is a very good adventure, Asterix and Caesar's Game. I've ordered this as well. I'm gonna unbox this on the computer channel as well. And I'm seeing a lot of people unboxing Asterix Adventures on YouTube, so I thought, why not unbox Asterix Adventures as well on the computer channel? Yeah. So the thing I like about Asterix is, well, it's not. It's actually well drawn, but it's not as sophisticated a drawing as a Tintin comic book on the later version of Tintin comic book. So Asterix is actually more of a comedy series. Tintin is more of an adventure series, even though they call it Asterix, the Adventures of Asterix, but this is more of a comedy because you're gonna laugh a lot while reading Asterix. In Tintin, you only laugh when Harrog is doing something, or Thompson and Thompson. Over here, in each and every panel, you're gonna laugh because there's a joke, or pun intended, in each and every panel over here in the comic book. So yeah, Asterix is pretty well drawn, if you ask me, by Uderzo and Goscinny and Uderzo, and they're two good friends. So one of them is from France and the other one is from Belgium. So they call it Belgium comic. So it's a European comic as well. Very, very famous all around the world. Africa, India, you name it, Russia. Wherever you go, you'll find Asterix. And here in America, it's not that popular, which is not surprising because Tintin is not that popular. Over here in America, they go for Batman, Superman, Spider-Man, and whatnot, Avengers and whatnot. But for me, when I was a kid, I really, really learned a lot of things. It expanded my horizon of the world by reading Asterix and Tintin comic books. So Asterix will always be a very special comic book for me. And in this adventure, you know, the village of Asterix, which is holding against her mighty Roman Empire, gets corrupted by Caesar and his men because they wanted to do some development around the village, not in the village but around the village, and they started doing it because the village looks like this, right? But now the real estate company of Caesar and Co wants to turn this greenery around the village into this, so that the villagers get corrupted and polluted by modern civilization. So that's what this adventure is all about, and they try, but Gadifix, the Druid, his potion, his magic, and Asterix and Obelix were relentless in stopping them. They were trying to uproot the trees, and the very next day the trees are back on the spot. And then there's a lot of things. I don't want to spoil the entire comic book for you guys. If you want to read Asterix, get this adventure. Super cool adventure, very nice. You'll enjoy it till the end. And the good thing about Asterix is it always ends in each and every comic book. It's a 47-page comic, and you'll enjoy every moment of it. All right. Stay cool, everybody, and stay fantastic. Oh yeah.